Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I want to lead you through a really fun, really creative flow practice that you can do without putting any weight at all on your hands or your arms. So this is a hands-free yoga flow. It's also really fun and really creative because I think that, you shouldn't be held back from doing a, fun, creative practice just because you can't or don't want to put weight on your hands. So this is really great actually if you have wrist injuries or if you have shoulder injuries or if you just have like wrist or shoulder drama, right? Like, you know how that goes. So, even if you're sort of recovering and you're still sort of not sure if you want to put weight on your arms, this is a really perfect flow for you. But it's actually also really great if you do have some wrist instability or some shoulder stiffness, because the poses that we're going to do, eagle pose and camel pose, and the moving through the flow in the way that we are, is actually really healthy for those two parts of your body and will provide a lot of great strengthening, stability, and opening. So I highly recommend this flow if you are working through some wrist or shoulder stuff and you still want to move your body in a really fun, really creative way. So you will need a blanket for your knees. Even if you think you don't, just pause this video, go get yourself a blanket, do yourself a favor. Your knees will thank you. You're going to be moving on and off of your knees a lot, and yeah, you'll just be really happy that you have it. So without any further ado, let's get started. So on your knees. So you're going to start with a little cat-cow from kneeling, and you're going to build it, okay? So with your hands on your knees, round back just a little bit, and inhale, pull your chest forward and up, and then round back, maybe go a little bit further forward, and curl back a little bit more, lift your chest up, and just do this a few more times. Rounding, leaning back, lifting your chest, maybe even going all the way forward towards child's pose. You can use your hands very lightly on your thighs to create a little bit of resistance to help you move your spine. See how far you can lean back before you lift your chest up. A really good stretch for your ankles too and the tops of your feet. And then the next time that you find yourself leaning back on your ankles, lift your hips up, take your shoulders back, and then round forward again. And you're going to do that 2 more times. So you just lean way, 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 way back. You could even put your hands on your hips as you lift your hips up. And then round forward again. So you're just coming up into a version of camel pose. Lean way, 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 way back. Hips up, shoulders back. Stay here. And then step your left leg forward into a lunge. Keep your right knee down. Hands at your hips or palms in front of your chest. Squeeze your legs towards the center and use that to lift your right knee up. Press powerfully back through your right leg. Top of your pelvis up. Bottom of your pelvis down. Chest up. Okay, now shift forward. Okay. Step off of your right leg. Bend your right knee. Tuck it behind your left. Okay, and then step it over to the left, bending both knees. It's sort of like a curtsy lunge. And push off of your left leg. Cross your right leg over your left. And find eagle pose. So right leg on top of left. Now you don't have to hook your foot. You can squeeze your foot against your shin. Whatever works for you, but palms in front of your chest. Okay, sink down. Chest up. And then shift your weight forward into your left leg. Extend your right leg back, warrior 3. Okay, take a full breath in. Keep both legs super strong. Full breath out. Step your right leg way back. High lunge version of warrior 1. Keep reaching back through your right leg as you lift your chest. And then lower your right knee down. Curl back 1 more time. And then step left leg back to your right. Sit back on your heels. Lift your chest up again. Right leg forward. Send your hips down. Top of your pelvis up. Bottom of your pelvis down. Palms together. So don't worry about extending your arms. Just be here. Push back through your left leg. Lift your left knee. Okay, really extend through your left leg because that's going to be your warrior 3 leg. So you prep here. And now shift forward. Push into your right leg. Lift your left knee up. Tuck your left knee behind your right. And then step it over to the right. Curtsy lunge style. Push off of your left leg. Cross it in front of your right. And either squeeze your foot against your shin or tuck it behind. Whatever you got going on is just fine. Sink your hips down, chest up. My son is watching. And then uncross your left leg, reach it back, warrior three. So no matter how much you wobble, extend powerfully back through your left leg. And now bend your right knee, left leg way back, high lunge, lift your chest. And then lower your left knee down, curl up and back. Step, right leg back to left, lift your heart up, and then lower your hips down. Sit back on your heels and pause just for a moment. Give your shoulders a little roll. Okay, so now I'm going to turn towards you one more time. We're going to take a tiny little break in the flow. Lift your arms up so your elbows are about level with your shoulders. Bring your arms together so your elbows are touching. Your forearms, that inside edge of your forearms, touching. And the outside of your hands, pinky fingers are touching. Okay, now, take your right hand away from your left hand, like you're bringing your thumb towards your mat, and then bring it back up. Okay, take your left hand, your left thumb over to the left, and bring your left hand up, and then separate both hands. Now, this is a variation of an exercise that I do in my Yoga for Healthy Shoulders online series. If you're interested, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Bring your hands back together. And then separate your right elbow again. Really, really great exercise for working your shoulder blades, your trapezius muscles, your biceps too. Bring your right hand back in. Take your left hand over to the left. Bring your left hand back in. Separate both hands. Hello. And then bring your hands back together. Okay, now one more time. Right hand over to the right. And just notice when you do that, your elbows probably want to drop down. Keep them lifted. And just bring your right hand in, left hand to the left, and down slightly without dropping your elbows, hands back in. Both hands apart without dropping your elbows is so hard. And then cross your right arm on top of left and find eagle arms. Okay, so I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see me, I can see you. I'm not hiding behind my arms again. Okay, so it doesn't matter so much if you can cross your palms, but don't crumple your hands down if you can't, right? So if you can't get your left palm or your left fingers to the center of your right palm, just go back of hand to back of hand, okay? So if you get to like your fingers just across and you pull your hands down, that's not really doing anything positive for your wrists, okay? There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not gonna benefit you. So if you've any wrist instability, this pose is really fantastic. Switch, so left arm on top of right. Now if you can get your palms to cross, that's fantastic. If you can't, it doesn't make you a bad person. There's just limited mobility in a part of your shoulders, right? Or your forearms might be short, okay? So again, if you can't get your palms to cross, you go back of your hand to back of the hand. A good place to be, okay? And then separate them. Give your shoulders a little roll. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch them in a different direction. Take full breath in here. Full breath out. Now, slide left arm on top of right arm. Eagle arms again. Okay, lift your hips up, camel style. Okay, now you don't have to go far back. Just root the bottom of your pelvis down, lift your chest up. And then step your left leg forward. This part will feel very familiar. So left leg forward, elbows up. Give your legs a squeeze and lift your right knee up. Reach back through your right leg. Take a full breath in. Full breath out, shift forward. Push into your left leg, ball of your big toe. Right knee up, tuck it behind. Step your right leg over to the right, bend both knees. Curtsy lunge style. Then push off of your left leg. Cross your right leg over your left. And maybe you get the hook, maybe not. Tuck down, get nice and tight. And then lift your elbows up. Woo. Okay, take a full breath in here. Full breath out, rise up, warrior three. See if you can keep your arms in eagle. Reach your right leg back, full breath in. And then step your right leg back, high lunge version of warrior one. Keep your back heel lifted, elbows up, chest up. And then lower, 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 carefully your right knee down. Inhale fully. And then shift your elbows forward, slide your left leg back. Elbows up one more time. And then lower your hips down, release your arms. grab a hold of your ankles or your hips. Okay, so hips, a little bit more conservative, meaning a little bit steadier. Ankles, just going to give you a little bit more push. Hips go up first, chest goes up, Ustrasana. Camel Pose. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out, hips back down. Now, right arm on top of left. Okay, take a full breath in, hips up, chest up, legs strong. Okay, now elbows forward, right leg forward. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Okay, give your legs a squeeze. As you do, get steadier for your heart and lift your left knee up. Press back through your left leg, chest up. You might wobble like I just did, no problem. Okay, shift forward. Push off of your right leg. Tuck your left knee behind your right and then step it over. Bend both knees, curtsy lunge style. And then push into your right leg. Cross your left leg over your right. So you find your eagle pose. And again, you can squeeze your foot against your shin or hook it behind. That's up to you. But tuck in. Okay. Lift your elbows. Woo. Elbows up, chest up. And then tuck forward again. Unleash your left leg. Reach it back. Warrior 3. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg back. Keep your back leg strong. Elbows up, chest up. Lower your left knee down. Curl back. Inhale. Good. And then slide your right leg back to your left. Chest up. Lower your hips down. Again, grab hold of your ankles or your hips. Lean back. Hips go up first. Chest goes up. Full breath in. Full breath out. Lower your hips back down. Rock back. So knees come up. You come into a squat. Left hand to the inside of your left leg. Right arm up. Open up into an open twist. If your heels don't touch the floor, you can always grab your blanket here, slide it underneath your heels so you're supported. And then bring your right arm back to the ground inside your right leg. Left arm up, open up into a twist. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. And then lower your left fingertips down, palms together in front of your chest. Anchor into your heels, forward bend. Root down through your legs and inhale as you come all the way up to stand. All right, so you did it. You did an entire flow without putting your hands on the floor, not even one time. I mean, maybe a little bit at the end, with that little twist, but otherwise, totally hands-free flow, lots of stability for your wrists, lots of opening for your shoulders, lots of great work for your legs too. So hopefully you had as much fun as I did. If you really enjoyed this practice and you want to do a little bit more work on your shoulders to make them feel a little bit more stable, a little bit more strong, and healthier overall, check out my Yoga for Healthy Shoulders series. You can find a link in the comments below. It's 8 videos, right? You get specific direction from me in each of the videos as well as guidance over the course of this entire program. It's 5 weeks long. You get a video every couple of days. It's pretty awesome. You're going to love it. So look for the link in the description below. As always, thanks for hanging out with me on the yoga mat. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and be a part of my awesome YouTube community and check me out every single week online. But again, thank you for spending a little time with me on your mat today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And I'll see you again really soon. Bye.